Winner moves on. Loser goes home.
What a start here by Philly. Talk about calming the nerves on the road.
The Celtics are already back in this game and have momentum.
Now in the Game 7, every possession matters.
Under 2 to play in Game 7.
I knew I would need to step up and make plays for us to win the games.
For the first time in franchise history, the Philadelphia 76ers have come back from 3-1 down.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Take. It is Monday. I am Shea Cornett. Jay Williams back in the building. It's been a minute. Hello.
I'm here.
Stephen A., good morning to you. How are you?
What's up, baby? Shay. I hope you had a wonderful, marvelous weekend. My brother, what's up, baby?
What's up, big dog?
On, man?
You know it's been a minute.
Oh, yeah, it's been a minute, but, we all been watching the games and all of that other stuff. I was going to text you over the weekend, but I said, I'll see my man Monday morning, saying fresh and all of that stuff. We here. Good to see you, baby.
And we're going to dive right into it. Let's start with a couple Game 7s from yesterday. We begin with the 76ers and Celtics. Saturday night, an epic night. After being down 3-0 in the series, Philadelphia pulled out that 9-point win. Joel Embiid had 34 points, 12 rebounds, 6 dimes to send the Sixers to the semis in the Eastern Conference. The Celtics did not have Jason Tatum, and they were sent home yesterday. Jaylen Brown did not hold back, talking about Embiid on his live stream. Listen to this.
Flopping has ruined our game. Joel Embiid is a great player, one of the best bigs in basketball history. Flops. He know it. This ain't breaking news. This ain't, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
Okay, and he wasn't done after that. Brown also took issue with the officiating, adding this on his live stream. Listen.
Our team finished dead last in getting calls. And I was vocal about it. I got thrown out some games, or et cetera. And they keep saying like this push off and this stuff like that. You know how many players do that? That is such that's the common play, a basketball play. Every player does it. So why are you targeting me? It clearly had an agenda. Like maybe because I spoken that was critical of the refs in the regular season. So how they responded. Like we gonna call every. You're going to lead the playoffs in offensive fouls.
They clearly had an agenda. Okay, lots to unpack there. Stephen A., any issue with what Jaylen Brown had to say yesterday?
Big time issue. And let me say this. There is no issue because he lied. Certainly, Joel Embiid flopped sometimes, but considering his considerable injury history, you know what? It's not hard to imagine Joel Embiid falling to the floor, even though he's 7'1", 270 pounds. I mean, considering the weaknesses of his hips, his legs, his knees, his ankles, his feet, everything. I mean, this man has had every injury known to man. We expect Joel Embiid to be on the floor more often than not. It's just the way that it is, and the way that it has been. I understand where Jaylen Brown is coming from, but here's why it's just an awful, awful look for him. Bruh. You getting paid over $300 million. $300 million. You were an MVP candidate. You were up 3-1 in this series. Did you say anything when you were up 3-1? Did you say anything then? No, you didn't. And the fact of the matter is Joel Embiid missed the first 3 games of this series, came back in Game 4, dropped 26, and the Sixers still got blown out. You said nothing. And then all of a sudden, here you are after blowing a 3-1 lead, for the first time in Celtics history, and you're going to sit up there and do, I don't know whether it was a video or a podcast or whatever, complaining about him flopping. How about all them damn missed jump shots your teammates made? Wide open, Jay. Wide open. Okay? I don't even want to count the amount of times these cats missed 3-pointers. How about how Peyton Pritchard would have put the game away if he had hit a 3 from the left corner late in the game? That would have sealed Philadelphia's fate, but it didn't happen. How about the fact that y'all were up 20 and the Sixers, and y'all were down 20, and you pulled to within 1. And then over the last 2 minutes, the Boston Celtics launched 6 straight threes. Didn't even try to get to the hole. We're talking about Jaylen Brown here. We're talking about a cat 6'6", 6'7", MVP candidate, averaged damn near 30 a game without Jason Tatum and at least 25 with him there. who can get to the hole anytime he wants to, who can finish above the rim at the basket damn near anytime he wants to against anybody, even though Paul George was doing his thing defensively this series. The point is that when something like that happens, you cannot have the residue of that experience, you griping about Joel Embiid flopping. That is not why the Boston Celtics lost. The Boston Celtics lost because they live and die with the three, because they played dumb basketball down the stretch. They didn't exercise any kind of intelligence whatsoever. They just launched three after three after three and missed 6 to 7 straight threes in the last 2 minutes. They blew this opportunity. They hit with 3-1 and you lost. This is not the time to be talking about Joel Embiid flopping. Damn sure not doing a damn show about it, a podcast show or a video show about it. I mean, it would have been bad if he was sitting up there just answering a question from the media, Jay. He didn't do that. He went out and made a video in the locker room.
Yeah.
Extensively getting into his flopping. Is that I can't believe that Jaylen Brown decided to leave that as a memory as to why y'all lost a 3-1 lead in the aftermath of blowing that and losing in the first round as a number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. That is the memory you've left us all with. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe it.
I think 2 things here. You just made mention of the residue of the experience, right? Well, I often see you on the show. We talk about things being fluid, right? The residue of the experience is fluid and is different when it is fresh as opposed to it being 48 hours later. Very different. Right? So this residue was fresh because he's coming off the game. And he's speaking very emotionally, which to me is kind of like a PR nightmare. Because that's not the only thing he said. He said a lot of other things, too, about this being the best season. And I think it's a lot of things that you just say emotionally. You don't really think about the ramifications of what you're saying because it may not sound as serious to you, but it can lead people down roads of saying, oh, your best season came without Jason Tatum being there, leadership-wise, and you're so proud. All these things that they could be accurate, but why say them now? And the second thing is, how many times in our life, when you have conversations with people, there are things that you know are true inside your brain, but the timing of when you say them is not correct. And that's why I think Jaylen Brown is almost like that was an opportunity. There's so much growth for him. He is a brilliant leader. He is one of the smartest people we have in the game of basketball. The job he's done this year has been incredible, right? Multiple things can be true at the same time, but I still think we're watching Jaylen Brown continue to find himself as he's navigating a lot of things, especially trying to do that so fresh after a loss. That was the only thing for me. Like, why then at that time? You can say things later, but why then so fresh off after a loss?
Let me just clarify really quick. This live stream was done yesterday. The game ended on Saturday.
Yesterday.
Right.
Yes.
So it wasn't from the locker room, wasn't immediately after the game. He did take 24 hours or so to process it. I don't know if that changes anyone's opinion, but I just want to point that out.
48 hours for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
It needs to be at least 48.
I didn't realize that. I'm glad because, it got my ear. That was a clarification that he did it yesterday, hours after the game. Well, some people might think that's even worse. I don't, but some people might think that's even worse. In the end, what it comes down to is this. Did y'all know during the regular season that the Boston Celtics were dead last? They ranked dead last in free throw attempts. Dead last. And out of the 16 playoff teams this year, they ranked 14th in free throw attempts. Come on, man. Come on. The fact is that you're down to damn near 20. You pull within one. And all y'all did was launch 3-pointers. And I understand that from a Peyton Pritchard. I understand that from some of these other dudes who are clearly out there to defend, rebound, and shoot when open and absolutely nothing else because they don't have that skill set. But that ain't Jaylen Brown's issue. This is an all-world player who is one of the most brilliant people, not just brilliant basketball player, one of the most brilliant people you'll ever find, smart as hell. Okay, how the hell you go out on that basketball court and all you doing when it counts most is a 1-point game?